Hello, my dear sweet friend. Welcome if you are new here to Yoga with Paige, or welcome back if I have had the pleasure of guiding you before. So today I am feeling very, very bloated, big, have some digestion maybe issues going on down there, and with the holiday season quickly approaching, I felt it would be a perfect time to throw in a nice digestion twist detox flow. So really just let your belly hang out. Let it fill up. Don't push yourself too much. We do twist a few times to really start massaging those internal organs, start kind of moving everything around. Don't judge yourself if any noises or anything happens during this flow that is actually what we want. So do a little happy dance if you pass some gas or anything like that. No worries. That's what we want. We want to get things moving. So we make sure we breathe during this practice. This is a very beginner-friendly flow. Not too many crazy motions. Just letting yourself be. Finding some gentle movements to help start guiding your body through this elimination process. So whenever you're ready, we do begin in a nice child pose at the back of the mat, just allowing yourself time to feel what's going on in the body and start to draw into the breath. Finding a comfortable child pose of your choice. And during this time, it may feel a little bit better to widen the knees and kind of allow your belly to hang in between the thighs. Really just melting down. Maybe we only come onto the forearms. Starting to connect to the breath. Letting it guide you. We're only looking to release here. It does not matter what we look like. We want to help ourselves feel a little bit better, especially if you are feeling super uncomfortable or extra tight. Just to let yourself be. Taking really big inhales. And exhale, sending the hips back, letting the heart fall forward. Really beginning to open the abdominal cavity by simply using your breath. Beautiful. Stay here as long as you like. Maybe find a gentle little kind of sway side to side. Starting to add in some movement. And finding one last big breath. Gently begin to lift yourself up, pressing up and coming into a nice easy seat where we will find a little bit of a twisting flow to really just start waking up the spine. We want to help wake up all of those organs, get them moving. So find a nice comfortable place where you can root down through the sit bones. Take one big breath to lift up through the crown of the head. Finding awareness in the back. And then on your exhale, taking a very simple twist to the left. A very small movement. Inhaling back to center. And exhaling over to the right. Starting to synchronize your movement to your own pace of breath. Twisting to the left and to the right. Letting your arms naturally just flow where they want to go. If we want to add in some more movement, we can raise the arms up over our head. Or we can start with just this simple little twist. And I recommend taking another round or two. So twisting to each side, maybe another 2 times, before meeting in a nice neutral spine and tabletop. Meeting on all fours. Whenever we arrive, gripping wide between the fingers, grounding down through the tops of the feet. Finding a few rounds of cat-cow to further mobilize through the spine. Grounding, pressing away from the mat on the exhales. And letting the tailbone and the gaze tilt up on the inhales, releasing the belly, let it hang low in this cow pose. Starting to maybe feel a little self-soothed by this healing practice. Taking about one more round. And then carefully come back through tabletop to tuck the toes. Send the hips up, walk the hands forward, downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet, nice and gentle. Making your way there slowly and carefully. Just focusing on the breath and on finding length in all of your limbs, the sides of the arms, the backs of the legs, and of course the spine. Letting the blood circulate. Reaching the heels down towards the ground. Grounding down through your left foot, carefully pick the right up, bend the knee, bring it high in through the chest as you shift your weight forward, and then plant the right foot, dropping the left knee down. Releasing the hands up high over the head, a nice big low lunge. Holding here, palms face together. We can keep the back toes tucked or untuck them, whatever works better for you, whatever gives you more stability. And on this next exhale, send the hips down a little bit more. Palms come together and we rotate to the right, trying to reach the elbow to the opposite, the outside of the knee. As we press the hands together, we help ourselves twist, gazing to the side, slightly behind you, lifting up and breathing. Using a few breaths. Beautiful. Releasing back to center. Picking up the back knee. Sweeping the arms overhead, coming into a nice high lunge. Send that left heel back. Before carefully windmilling around, pivoting on that back foot, coming into a nice warrior two stance. Sending the arms out as you sink the hips down. Finding a big, big side stretch, reaching the right arm overhead, left travels down the leg wherever feels comfortable. Really focusing on sending the hips down, finding a nice opening in the side of the body here. That's really what we're looking for. One more breath. Activate these lower chakras. Beautiful. Windmill the arms around. Come through a nice high runner's lunge. And then step it back, planting the palms, nice high plank pose. Hold here, gaze between the hands. Then slowly bend the elbows, drawing them in by the sides, releasing down onto the belly. Untuck the toes. Arms slide underneath, coming into a nice sphinx. We have our elbows underneath the shoulders, and we're pressing through the hands. Really pressing the lower belly and the pelvis down into the mat. Beautiful, nice big breaths. Breathe into the back, into the belly. Noticing any sensations. And trying to clear out the mind. Finding one last big full round of breath. Before carefully exhale, lower the chest, take the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, press up through a nice high plank, nice and strong, nice and straight, before sending the hips up, downward facing dog. Perhaps noticing a little difference in how you feel in downward facing dog this time around. Find one more breath here. Before carefully sending this left leg in high through the chest and plant it down, low lunge, arms sweep up high. Sinking the hips down low, but keeping them square to the front. Allowing yourself to open and release with every exhale. Find one more breath. And then carefully find your twist, taking the elbow to the outside of the knee, using the tension of the hands here to open yourself just as far as feels good, but give yourself a nice little wringing out. Let the belly become full. Who cares how big it looks right now? One more breath. And carefully release back, center. Tuck the back toes if you hadn't already to lift up into a nice high lunge. Square those hips, squeeze through the glutes, arms sweep overhead. Finding our nice high stance here. Before we carefully pivot that back foot, turning it out to the corner, sinking down into our warrior two as the arms spread out, forward and back. And inhale, flip the palm, reach it overhead as the right arm travels down the leg. Engaging the lower body, keeping your chest nice and lifted. One more breath. And then carefully windmill around, planting the fingertips, coming back through a nice plank pose to lower down, coming back into Sphinx, maybe taking Cobra or upward facing dog with the palms on the mat, pressing through the hands to lift the chest. Finding a nice front body stretch wherever you're at. Keeping your gaze nice and forward, extending through the spine, out through the crown of the head. Giving yourself space to move and breathe. Maybe we find a little sway. We create a little bit more space in the body, a little twisting action. Even these seemingly small movements can really make a big difference. All right, find one last breath. And then carefully lower down onto the belly and make your way onto the back. We can gently flip around, flip over, come onto the back, hugging the knees into the chest. Really give them a nice squeeze, letting the thighs kind of massage your belly here as you press the lower back down. Finding a little sway or just enjoying some stillness. Noticing how the belly reaches up to meet the legs on the inhale. And on your next out breath, release the arms down to the mat, palms face down. Plant the feet hip width apart, preparing for bridge pose. Inhale. And exhale, squeeze and send the hips up. Nice long line here. Breathe. Two more breaths. Maybe send the hips a little bit higher. And exhale, release the hips down, extending the legs up. Feet come up towards the sky or the ceiling. We don't have to keep the legs straight. They can be a little bit bent. We're just trying to recirculate a little bit of the blood here, helping to send it back up to the abdomen. Help us out. Our body can help us so much better if we help it as well. We can assist ourselves in this little healing practice here. When we've gone a little bit nuts on the holiday sweets or beautiful. Maybe you can even feel the blood traveling down, back up to the center cavity. Taking your hands to the belly for these next few breaths, if you haven't already. Finding a moment to just notice how it feels. And exhale, release the left leg, keeping it nice and long. Bend the right knee into the chest. Inhale. And exhale, cross it over the body for a nice big supine twist. Allowing your breathing to help you twist a little bit deeper, but not forcing yourself to go anywhere that makes you feel even more uncomfortable. Just a gentle opening. Carefully rolling on to the back. We can take a few breaths of a little happy baby in between before we find our other twist. Really opening up through the hips, grabbing onto the ankles, the shins, the big toes, helping to cleanse and purify. And when you're ready, release the right leg down, taking the left knee in for an in breath. And out breath, twist it out, wring it out. Finding what feels comfortable to you. If you have another supine twist that maybe feels better in this moment, please take that. Just letting the belly and the muscles start to relax. Let it all go. Maybe you're feeling this way because you're a little extra stressed out. And when we're stressed out, we tend to constrict and contract our muscles. Exhale and release them. Let the earth meet you. Let it hug you, pull you down. And with that thought, we can find our final resting pose carefully and just allow some more time to let go and surrender. Surrender to whatever it is you are feeling. Letting the body relax so it can function optimally. And gently allowing yourself to find presence in the room as you begin to awaken the physical body, start to awaken your mind. And we can find a nice gentle seat as they begin some beautiful construction by my house, so I will let you go here. And find a nice breath to end our practice together. Thank you so much for practicing with me, joining me here on the mats. I really hope this was a healing sort of practice for you. A little bit of soothing going on down there. Definitely hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Drink lots of water. Flush it all out. Help yourself in the best way possible, like you just did. Thank you for taking this time for yourself. I really appreciate you being here and choosing me to guide you. Until next time, I look forward to the next time we meet. Have a beautiful rest of your day, my friend.